This
Why is
is,
not doing more?
this is the last webinar with Nilesh because he's going to Australia for 3 months. And because he is evolving.
Okay.
And well, I'm sure that in the future, maybe something else will evolve into something, but we will not be doing webinars. He's going on to other bigger and better things. But, this is our year anniversary too, so I want to say,
What?
yeah.
Bigger and better things. I know what that feels
That's
like.
awesome, Nilesh. I'm happy for you.
No, as far as spiritually, I'll let Nilesh explain that to you, but this will be our last webinar.
It will be, yeah. It's the reason for this is really because it's time. Since January, as many of you might be aware, that I've been asked by Father to pull back a bit more because humanity is at a crossroads right now, and humanity needs to choose in regards to what it is they're going to do. And right now is some real pinnacle moments, and it has been all the way through 2020, but we're getting closer and closer and closer to the one consciousness field. And there are many that are going to leave the planet, and there are many that are going to stay. And when they talk about the lines being drawn, and this is where we're at right now, the lines are being drawn between who are going to stay and who are going to leave. So many of my family, I kind of feel like are going to leave. I'm not talking about my spiritual family. I'm talking more of my kind of blood-related 3D kind of family. Many of them are going to leave by the looks of it, and it definitely seems to be the older generation too. And so as much as we are preparing ourselves for going through these very difficult times right now, and that is difficult enough, we also have to prepare for the fact there are many going to leave us, and we're going to have to deal with the loss of that, because although we're spiritual, we are still able to feel emotion. We're still here to have an experience, and we're definitely going to have to work through the loss of that. And for many of those who are going to go through that, I suggest you type into Google or DuckDuckGo or Brave, whichever it is you use, and type in the cycle of loss if you don't know what that means, and you'll see a chart. And this is kind of what the cycle of loss looks like when we go through it as human beings. In regards to this being the last one, yes, it is my last one with Deb, which is something me and Deb have already talked about, obviously. And the reason for that is because obviously one is that I'm being asked to step back from this, but also from other things too. And I've been asked to put my energy and attention on other things. So going forward, what's going to be happening is I'm going to be creating a platform, for me and someone else is going to be creating a platform called EQ Meets SQ. And what that platform is if many of you who don't know what EQ and SQ is, emotional intelligence meets spiritual intelligence. So a lot of my observations in the spiritual world definitely seem to be centered around, there's many in the spiritual world who have got a lot of spiritual intelligence, a lot of spiritual knowledge and wisdom, but they've definitely forgotten about the emotional intelligence. And there's this massive gap between the two, and then it's vice versa too. There's many who have got a lot of emotional intelligence but virtually zero spiritual intelligence. And so what we're going to be doing is going forward and creating videos on this platform that's going to almost be kind of educational in some ways, and teach those who are too emotional to be more spiritual, and those who are too spiritual to be more balanced, and think about your emotional intelligence and how both of those can be married together and work in beautiful unison for you to create what it is that you need to create. And I do find the union of this is really, really useful tool, because it allows us to understand not only our 3D experience that we're going through, but our spiritual experience that we're going through too, and help to amalgamate it better. It just helps you to deal with a lot more that's coming into your 3D life, instead of just trying to look at it from a particular perspective. So that's where I'm going with this. So come the end of this year, this platform will be created. And obviously, as Deb said, I'm going to Australia for 3 months. It's work related, and so I need to go there and do some work stuff. and so I'll be there for a couple of months, and so obviously we're going to miss 3 months of this, and I really need a little bit of time to prepare for going, and obviously preparing for coming back as well. So that is the journey I'm on right now. This is where I'm at, and you know, it's been
Oh my gosh.
amazing year. You know, I really love. Well, one of the things that I've really loved doing with Deb and Rick is really the sovereignty. This is something we've started from the beginning with all of you, and I still want you to remember this, that so many of us still look outside ourselves for the answers and look for some guidance, and it's okay getting the guidance, that's cool, but remember to come back inwards. Remember that everything that you need to know about your experience and how you interpret your experience through your soul, having a 3D experience, is inside of you, and it's unique to you. And with me and Deb and Rick have definitely pushed for that in every one of the meetings that we do. Sovereignty. And as I go forward, I'm still going to be pushing that sovereignty, because this is what's going to raise your vibration. This is what's going to help you to come into your awareness, to come into your knowing, and help you to become exactly what you need to become here, but also help you to fulfill your mission and your purpose. So that is the journey, and it's been a pretty remarkable, fun, enjoyable, and a loving, enlightening experience with all of you. So yeah, that's kind of where we're going to go with this. So this is my last one. For those who are here, whoa, wonderful! Thank you for all being here. You know, it's wonderful.
Bless you, good luck.
So yes, did I cover that all right, Deb? Was that all right?
Nilesh, one question. Patreon, will you be feeding Patreon with your videos, or will you terminate Patreon?
We'll continue to do that for the time being. I think it will probably end towards the end of this year. I want to thank for each and every one of you who've contributed to that, because that money's in a pot and it's wonderful and it's not been touched. So I would still like to dream that one day we will be able to open a hub in every single city. That's always been my dream. But with the current circumstances, that may not happen, and that's okay. And we might have to adapt. So what I might do with that money is obviously offer many of those around us healing, because I think that's really kind of needed, like Zoom healing, one-to-one healing. And for that particular channel where all that money is collated to pay for that, you know. So there are many people out there, whether you're, you know, someone who's having some difficulty, whether you're a frontline worker, it doesn't matter your position, doesn't matter your spiritual, you know, frequency, just helping those. So that is one idea that I'm playing with, but it's all there, it's all been collated. I'm really, really happy with that. You know, it's such a gift, because I kind of feel like many of you have been given, it's almost like we're giving it back to you in some way, shape or form, and it's whatever is required for humanity. So yeah, it's still there, still in one pot. We will be going till the end of this year, and then obviously EQ meets SQ will be the platform that I will be on, and many others. So this platform is going to be very different. This is something that hasn't been done before. It's very unique, and we want to try and reach as many people as we can. It's not just about reaching, you know, the hundreds, the thousands. We're talking hundreds of thousands, millions of people we want to reach to help with this content. And we kind of feel, hope is going to make a big difference, and it's going to be a cross between kind of, you know, Mind Valley and Gaia a little bit. That's kind of how we are envisioning this particular platform. I can't tell you the costs or things like that, because that's not been ironed out yet, but this is where we're going to go with this, to help as many people as we can with this platform, bring in many different things. You know, as you know, on your spiritual journey, there's been a lot of levels. So, you know, the first level is always about life after death. Is there life after death? We always do this, you know, during your teenage years. It's one of the first kind of questions, is like, who am I? Why am I here? And what is my purpose? What is my mission? And where do I come from? You know, these are fundamental questions we ask ourselves, you know, during our formative years. And then it progresses on to, is there a God? Does God exist? Because obviously, naturally, from life after death, is there a God? And then you progress on to more, you know, things here on planet Earth, like what's my mission, and You know, we talk more about the galactics, we talk more about ascended masters, angels, religion, you know, science, you know, all of this comes into our 3D experience. And so we'll be discussing many things on all of these platforms just to help so many, because, you know, as much as many people here right now in this group are very spiritual, and you're already there are so many that aren't, you know. And the perfect example of this, for me, the indicator is the vaccine uptake. So in Britain, there's between 70 and 80 million people that live in Britain. Yeah. So right now, up to date, the government figures, and I'm not sure how accurately I believe in these, but right now, the figures definitely seem to be about 30 million, 35 million people have taken the vaccine. So that's half of the population in Britain have taken the vaccine. So you can see there's a half that hasn't yet. And whether they will or not, we will see as time goes forward. But you can see that there is still so much for me to do here, so much for many of us light workers here to do here. And the lines are being drawn right now as we speak, as we go forward. 2021 is going to be the definitive, you know, everyone knows where they stand and what they're going to be doing. And this is where we're at. So 2020 was a difficult year. I think 2021 is not going to be any more different. I think there are going to be a lot more restrictions. I think there's going to be a lot more protests. I think there's going to be a lot more restrictions of our liberties as we go forward. And many of the light workers came here to change the planet, to change the ethos of exactly of who we are and the essence of who we are. This is all going to change. This is what we came for. This is it. So as we go forward now, this is your calling. This is your calling card. This is what you came for. And so be ready. And I know it's difficult. It's not easy, because you're dealing with your spiritual journey. You're coming into your awakening. You're trying to figure out, you know, your spiritual purpose. You're trying to figure out what particular, you know, attributes, powers that you have, and use those to help in service of humanity, as well as try and deal with your 3D life as well. It's quite a lot for many of you, and I understand this is difficult, very much so. And there's a lot of suffering going on right now, and I really don't like to see that, you know, especially when it comes to people losing their jobs and people having uncertainty, people being in fear. I'll see a lot of that, people being isolated quite a lot. I don't like that. And I definitely don't like the impact that it's having on our younger generation. That really does not, I don't really vibe with this right now. So trying to keep everything as normal as possible is really important for each and every one of us, and to continue, you know, with the fact that this will be over one day, 100% sure.
Good, thank you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Lovely to see you all here. See, he's here. Okay, cool. Some new faces too. Wonderful. Wow. Okay, cool. So, does anyone have any questions, or shall I just talk on for a bit?
Yeah, I'd just like to respond, Nilesh, to your update. Thanks very much. As you're aware, and we are all aware, this is a spiritual war that we're in at the moment. It's a war on consciousness that is being played out on the planet. And this war is taking place on and off our planet.
Yeah.
You used the word galactic there in your conversation. So there's factions, different factions off the planet that are actually at war as we speak. And it's all focused on Earth. It's all focused on our ascension to the next stage of our awakening. And there's certain races out there that don't want that to happen, you know. And they have their hand in the pie, and it's having an impact on Earth, it's having an impact on the collective, it's having an impact on consciousness, on vibration, you know. So it is important, as you said, that we can come together in unity and spread what we have, which is unconditional love. That's one of the reasons we came in, which was to bring heaven back to Earth, you know. And so we all play a part. Thank you.
Absolutely, Christy. I totally agree with that. And can I also just, on the end of what Christy's saying, can I just also say trust? Okay, it's a really important word. Trust in whatever the galactics are doing. I'm like, Meti in the galactics, I'm like, man, you just get on with that stuff. I don't want to know about it. You get on with it. I trust you, man. I trust you to deliver whatever you're doing, because you are me and I am you, and I get it, right? So I just trust him to deliver whatever he's going to do and deliver in the galactics. And same with many of them are out there, you know, all of our star family are out there, and Ashtar Command as well. I have a lot of love for Ashtar Command too. So, you know, again, I trust in the fact that whatever the galactics are doing, I trust them to get on with it. I trust them. They don't need my intervention, although we do a lot of work at night, as we all know. Yeah, when we sleep at night, we're disappearing off and helping wherever we need to help, or download whatever we need to download, or, you know, go and connect with our star family so we just feel like we're not alone. You know, there's so many things we do. And also have the trust within yourself that you are here. You chose to incarnate here on planet Earth. And trust within yourself and within those around you that what you came here to do, you are going to do. Yes, it's not like you are responsible for everything, because you're goddamn not responsible for everything. You are responsible for doing what you came here to do. Forget about what they're doing up there. Let them get on with it. You know, they're very capable, very capable. Yes, they can do this. They don't necessarily need our help. So you do your bit down here on planet Earth. You come and do what you came here to do, right? And let them go and do what they need to do. And you know what? Between the union of that, this is going to be one epic story, isn't it? And guess what? You were all written in it. Every single one of you. Written in it, because we're here during this time and we're going through it. I also sense in the one consciousness field, which is understandable but also quite saddening for me, that many of the light workers are choosing to leave too at this time, because it has been difficult. I understand, right up to where you are right now. Very, very difficult. I understand, because I'm here with you. I feel it too. I feel it in my heart. I feel the emotions. I feel the trauma that each and every one of you are going through, but also what I'm going through too, because I'm experiencing at the same time that you're experiencing. And I understand that. And I can understand that if you really wanted to go, then I understand you go. And that's okay. There's no judgment. But let me tell you, don't leave. And then from the other side, you're like, God damn it, why did I leave? It's just starting to get good. It's just starting to really making some, you know, massive changes and movements, and we can really see some amazing shifts. So I know it's really, really hard. And I know a lot of the light workers are very much thinking this is the time maybe I can check out. And yeah, it's true, you can. Everyone has a choice in this. But, you know, please don't. Please think twice about that. Please kind of like think about what you're here to do. And remember that you didn't come here because your mission or your purpose wasn't important. Of course it is. Every one of your mission, every single one of you and your mission and your purpose is important. Every single one of you has significance. Yeah, let me kind of say that again so you get it. Every single one of you has significance, has a value. We need you to be here. We really, really, really need you. So don't go, stay, because you'll find that all your family that you think's out there are actually down here. You're like, God damn it. You're immortal. You can never die, okay? You might leave this human meat suit, but you're immortal. A soul cannot be destroyed. And I've mentioned this before. I have tried. It doesn't work. Okay. I have tried. It doesn't work. You are immortal. You cannot be destroyed in this way. Okay. The crazy experimental things that we do as high vibrational beings to always push our level of understanding and consciousness is always a thing with high vibes. We do many, many things. So just remember that you are so needed here. You are wanted here. You are valued here. And you're with your family. I know they're not pretty and they can be a pain in the ass. I know this. I get it. I get you, right? And they can say some pretty goddamn mean and cruel things. I know. I've been there. But believe you me, I know it's hard. I know it's hard. I know. But they are your family. Okay? They are your family. So thank God for friends, eh? You can't choose your family, but you can choose your mates,
your
right?
friends. Boy, was I vibing with you on that one, Nilesh. And thank God for the friends who are your family. You know, I mean, when I look at everybody here, that's exactly what comes to my mind, is that how much over this just this last year, even though it's been longer than that, how close we've all become and how dependent we are on one another to support, love, offer words of encouragement, and to be there through the hard things. So
Yes.
I can't tell you how much it meant to me when my father passed early in March. So much love and support that came out to me. My heart just so tender from it. And I love you guys, and thank you. Thank you for being there.
Absolutely. And this is one of the most beautiful thing about it, is that we can pretty much choose who we want in our spiritual family and who we want to be associated with and who we can learn from and who we can teach. And this is the beauty of it all, that we have the ability to choose and who we want to hang out with. I'm very particular about the people and the company I keep, and there's a reason for that. As many of you high vibrational beings will know, that we spend a lot of our time in teaching mode, there isn't a time when we don't. So we have a lot of connections and relationships where we actually are with people, certain people, where we don't teach, we don't have to explain. We can just literally kind of be ourselves without having to explain. And that is such a gift. And I'm sure each and every one of you in this group can relate to that, where you can talk to someone and they just get it. Like, you don't have to explain, you don't have to go into detail. You can say what you need to say and they go, yeah, I'll get you. And that is such a gift, isn't it? I mean, to me, that is such a gift. It's one of the things that I really love here. It's one of the things that keeps me anchored here, for sure, 100%. And there are some people on this planet that I cannot be without, and it certainly feels that way. I can't be without it, because it is difficult on the spiritual journey, especially when, we spend a lot of our time being ridiculed and, being told very not so nice things, and being told we're crazy, and being told that, we kind of need to be on some form of medication and, all that kind of stuff. And the reality is we don't. And today we're seeing more people awakening than we've ever done before. I mean, if you look at the protests 4 or 5 days ago, London, Melbourne and Israel, these marches, these protests that went on about the lockdown. I mean, how amazing is that? How much is the world, the planet waking up? And that didn't happen by accident. It wasn't just, oops, one day here we are, oh my God, people are wakening up. This is because all of us have added to the one consciousness to help many of us waken up. And whether you're doing that face to face, or whether you're doing it through meditation, or whether you're doing it through your own practices that you're sharing with others, it doesn't matter. This is all really, really important. This is how we do it. We help one another. So yes, I agree. It's so great to have the support, and it doesn't necessarily always come from your bloodline family, for sure. for sure.
And remember when we spoke about how we raise our vibration and we affect 18 miles around us, and that ripples, and as you keep raising your vibration, those miles get to increase. See how it works?
Absolutely. If everyone did this on the planet, we would be like in 5D, already. 5D is looking beautiful right now. Have many of you been there? It's looking really magnificent right now. The beauty of it is just so astounding. I really love it. Not that I'm gonna be there with you guys with this one, but it is pretty amazing. I see many people also kind of showing this as well, whether it's through painting or dance or song and the creatives. It seems to be a lot of that too. It was someone, who was it? It was someone on my messenger chat. She painted this beautiful picture of what looks like a cherry blossom tree, like coming into blossom. And as many of you might know, when you see a cherry tree in blossom, it's like stunning. It's the most beautiful thing ever. And I said to her, as soon as I saw that picture, I was like, that's the tree of life. That's the tree of knowledge. And so I contacted her and says, yo, did you know this, what you've just painted right now, although it's different the way that I see it, the colors are different for me, but you have just painted the tree of knowledge. Do you realize this? And she was like, no, really? And I'm like, yeah, that's what you've just done. That's amazing. So to me, certain things have vibrancy. I pick up on frequency. And so for me, the tree of knowledge And this is another thing that many of you probably don't know, is that every single planet has one. Every single planet ever created inside has a tree of knowledge. Go and have a look. If you don't believe me, astrally, go and have a look. They're all there, right? Yeah. So this one in planet Earth, to me, she talks to me when I am connected in my meditative state. But one of the way I see it is gold to me. Sometimes it's gold and sometimes it's silver. It just depends. I'm not sure what it depends upon, but it does. And the snake they talk about, again, oh, beautiful, go there. Snakes in gold. Like when I went there and I sat next to, the tree of knowledge, the snake came and curled up on my lap. Beautiful thing. Again, highly intelligent. Definitely what you've not been told. Go and explore for yourself. Go and see what it's about for yourself and see what you get, and it's really important. And it's wonderful to be able to have that experience and come and share that with you guys and go, right, I've experienced this. I want you to go and experience your experience. And so I want you to experience what you feel it is. It might be not gold for you. It might be a beautiful blossom green or pink, or it might be rainbow colored. And, it might do very different things for you. There is no right or wrong. There's never been right or wrong. They're human concepts, okay? It's just your vibration and what you see. And whatever you see is right for you. And that's all that should matter. No comparison, okay? No, Christy saw it in pink, therefore I've got mine wrong. Oh no, Denise saw it in purple. Jesus, so is Christy right? Am I right? Is Denise right? God, oh my God, I'm going to blow a gasket. What's going on? No, it's not about this. This is right or wrong, human concept, human programming. What you see is right for you, and that's all that matters. This is your journey. You are an individual soul. When Father made you, each and everyone have a unique vibrational signature. None of you are the same. And so the most important thing, like I keep banging on about this, is bring your vibration here. Bring it in whichever form you want to bring it, whether it's through empathy, whether it's through understanding, whether it's through the creative arts, whether it's dancing, whether it's through groups, whether it's through surfing, whatever your thing is, it doesn't matter. Bring you, because only you can bring you. I can't bring Christy. I can't bring Diane. I can't bring Kath, right? I can only bring me. But if you bring you, guess what? This is amazing. Because the union of that, the vibration of that, the sharing of it, the love of it, like Christy says, love, most important, highest vibrational frequency. Unless, of course, if you're dog, then that doesn't count. So yeah, let's remember that. Go and check it out. Tree of Life, beautiful, great conversation, had fun. Yeah, I'm not going back there again, but it was fun.
I saw it too, but I don't remember when I saw it or why I saw it. But it was upside down. It was like the tree, it grows upside down in inner earth.
You see that? Upside down? Really?
Oh, I was...
Deb, you're wrong. You're wrong, Deb. You're wrong. Can't be upside down. I'm sorry. If it's not gold or silver and you haven't seen the gold snake, then I'm sorry. You're wrong. Really? Upside down. Wow. Upside down. Why couldn't I see it upside down? Why didn't I see upside down? God damn it. You're too creative, Deb. Too creative. Love it. Beautiful. You see how unique we are. You see that? You see how we bring our own specialness to this? That's it. That's the thing. That's the vibe. That's what it's all about. Bring you. That's all we require. Nothing more, nothing less. Just you. That'll do.
I wanted to ask you something. I brushed on it yesterday when we were talking, but this is personal. I'm going to bring it personal because I only have you today. Like being.
Okay, sure. Bring it.
The future is kind of murky for us right now because of all. I'm not getting a lot of responses from my higher self, our higher self, and I'm not. For me, I'm not getting a lot of responses.
Yeah.
I think our future is to open a healing center.
Yeah.
I really feel that's what our future is, and I'm hoping it's sometime soon. Location unknown. I don't think it's Arizona.
I think, are you asking me whether it's going to happen?
Nilesh.
Is that what you're asking me, Deb?
Yes.
Yeah, I think don't be so set. You guys are so flexible with everything you do. You're very creative with everything you do. And right now, if you look at what's happening around the world, it's asking us to be more creative, okay? So what I mean by that is sometimes everything doesn't have to happen in physicality, as in the 3D physicality. Sometimes we have to adapt according to what's going on right now. So if that means doing, which is what Phil does, Phil and Deb does, doing healing online or giving healing online, you know what? You guys are like warriors, man. Seriously, do that. Yes, the end goal is always to, get out there and do the touch, just nothing better. And I'm sure there is not one of you right now in this group while we're having this session, but also those who are going to be watching it, there is not one of you right now that would not like a hug. Am I correct? Like you'd not want a hug, right? That physical touch, yeah? That kind of connection from one to one to say, you know what? I love you. You're an incredible soul. Thank you for being here. And I just wanted to take a little moment in our linear time to show you this. And this is how I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you by hugging you. I'm going to show you that I love you. And I think you're important. And I think you have a lot of value. And I actually think you need to speak up and share your wisdom with me. Yes? There's not one of you who'd say no to this. None of you. Because I wouldn't. I'd be like, come on, line up. Let's have it. Let's have hugs. Let's do it. Let's do it. So yes, I do think there will be a time that for sure I can see it coming. But don't be surprised if it isn't. Let's adapt. We're warriors. We've never been one to run in a straight line ever. If we need to zigzag left, right, up, down, let's fly in the air. Let's do a somersault, a triple back flick if we need to face the darkness. And let's do that. Let's make it fun and interesting for them. Let's give them some entertainment, shall we? So whatever it is you need to do, adapt to it. This is what I'm doing right now. The platform EQ meets SQ is adapting right now. We're adapting it because it needs to meet the needs of many, 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 many people here on the planet. And I'm adapting what I need to do. And don't be afraid to move forward, okay? Or move, Some of you are like well, I've been doing this for a period of time. This is what I know. This is what I'm familiar. That's your comfort zone. You are light warriors. You've never been comfortable, right? Never been comfortable. Step outside of that. If you need to change and do something different, then change and do something different. Deb knows this, Phil knows this. I've been in and out of groups many, many times, and I will make announcements every now and then to say, yo, my time here is done. Like, I've got to go. And they're like, oh my God, no, really? You got to go? Where are you going? I'm like, well, I've got to go. This is what I'm guided to do. I don't know why, but I got to go. Yeah. And they're like, really? But why? Why do you have to go? I don't understand. I don't understand either. But you know what? I've got to go. Oh, really? I'm like, yeah, I know. It's a bit of a bummer, isn't it? But yeah, I've got to go. Is that all right? Yeah, well, it is all right, but I'm not happy you're going. Where are you going? I don't know. So how do we get hold of you? I don't know. All right. In that case, like, I'm giving you my love, and whatever you do is whatever you do, and it's amazing. Thank you for just sharing the time that we had together, and it's like, yeah, man, thank you for sharing this wonderful time we had together with the stuff we've done with Deb for the whole year. We started it a year ago. Deb is absolutely bang on with that, and here we are a year on, and I'm being guided to move on now, and the time has come for that. And I've never been one to be afraid of change. I'm like, let's do this. I don't always understand why. I don't really need to know the next step because I trust. Yeah. And sometimes I'll be like sitting there for a month going, God damn it, Father, you asked me to give this up. What the hell are you doing? And he's like, patience, it's coming. And then it arrives and I'm like, oh, this is what I'm meant to be doing. Okay, so let's jump into this, and that's kind of what I mean, is never be afraid to change, never be afraid to evolve, never be afraid to adapt to what your situation. Yeah, remember all of these things that I'm talking about: change, adaptation, flexibility. This is already within you. This is who you are. You have been trained for this ever since you were a kid, ever since you were a child. You have been trained for this. Look back in your life when you've been taught how to be adaptable to a situation or environment where something's changed. Look back in your life where you've had to be flexible. You've had a set idea. This is what you wanted to do. This is the outcome. This is what you wanted to achieve, but you couldn't do it your way. You had to be flexible to get to your destination. Yes?
Oh, yeah.
So remember these things. This is who you are. This is what you've been trained for. So be flexible, be adaptable, be open to change, be open to kind of move forward, even if it means ending things. It's a very valuable lesson I had to learn. Yeah. Does that answer your question, Deb?
Yes.
So use whatever you've got.
We've been homeless. We've been adaptable. Believe me.
Yes, I have no doubt.
Adapted many times.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. And
bring it on.
That's what I mean. The wonderful thing about that is that you know it. You like kind of get it. You've been through it. You understand it. It's like, and that is a gift there, because for those who are going through it right now, you can guide them and teach them and say, we did it this way. Do you want to try and see if that works for you? And if it works for you, wow, amazing, thank you. I'd love to share with you, and it works for you. That's brilliant. And if it doesn't, then there are many people out there who can share their wisdom with you. So yeah, whatever it takes for you to do that. I would still like the healing hubs, because I do believe the one-to-one contact is so important. We human beings love to be touched, we want the hug. We want to be in people's vibration. Proximity is really important to us, and I love that. I think it's really, really important that, we continue with that. But the darkness are not going to make it easy for us, as you can see going forward, especially here in Britain. We're still under lockdown. And I believe there's going to be more lockdowns all over the world, and there's going to be more people protesting about this, and there's going to be more liberties taken away, from the world, not just from one particular country, from the world. And eyes should definitely be on Britain and the US right now, because if you've noticed, the changes are coming in rapidly. They're talking about a COVID-19 passport, which they're going to be debating on the 29th of March. Petitions need to be in way before then. Again, things are moving at a very rapid pace, but just because it's said doesn't mean we have to agree to it. Remember that. Yeah, we don't have to agree to it. So these are the kind of challenging times we're in right now. But we were built for this. We were trained for this. You've been trained your whole life for this. And if you don't believe me, go back and have a look at your most challenging times, or your difficult times, or the times when you were low, or the times that you had to make some changes, and look at what you were like back then. And if you can't remember what you were like back then, ask someone who was around you that time. Ask them and say, that situation that I went through, what was your perception of it? What did you see? Tell me. And they will tell you. And you will realize that every step of the way, even right now, as you go forward, you are being trained. You are being trained. Being trained for this gig.
May I ask a question?
Sure.
Yeah, of course. It's that cat, isn't it?
It is. Hi, Nilesh.
Okay.
So, on a positive, trying to list the vibration here, because obviously people are sad you're going, but if I'm asking if others are feeling at the minute that this vibration, fifth versus whatever, third, fourth, I almost feel like the fifth vibration, the energies, the upliftment that is bleeding through into the third and fourth here at the minute. I'm seeing things in a different way at the minute. It's almost like I'm in a open space and everything's happening around me, but I'm not. I am participating, but it's kind of like I'm observing it. It's not trick. I'm just watching, and I'm like, am I being weird? Sorry, but I just kind of. That's why I need this group. You can't go anywhere. I need to be able to say to people, "Am I really seriously weird, or other people are seeing stuff?" Because it's like I know all that you've just said there: lockdowns, passports, blah, eroding our right to protest, etc., etc. But it's almost like in between all of that, I'm seeing real beauty. I'm feeling peace. I'm feeling
calm.
Calm. That is the word. And it's really irritating people around me. And I don't mean to be, but it's just.
Yeah,
it is.
I get it. Oh, we're under our third lockdown. Yeah, whatever. I'm still doing what I'm doing.
But that's the weird thing. I should be they're annoyed. I'm not as anxious as they are. And I'm like, I can't be, because I trust it's going to be okay. I just know. And it feels like that the energies of the fifth are bleeding through to here, where they're allowing us to feel them. I suppose I'm experiencing them as well as observing them, but it's.
Can I?
Am I right in that, Nilesh, or am I imagining that? Is that correct?
No, that is bang on, Kath. Yeah. Can I offer another perspective? Right.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe instead of the 5D bleeding into us, maybe we are expanding enough to come into 5D. Yeah, and you're right, I see it too. So sometimes I will see walls disappear, or they'll become transparent, and I'll see windows there, or I'll see a field, and it's only for a brief second, but I'll see it. The other thing I see is like little pinpricks. Sometimes they're big, sometimes they're small, but they'll be blue in nature, or they'll be white in nature, and sometimes they come and they flash really quite brightly in the corner of my eye, and then they just disappear. As soon as I look at it, it's like gone, And
but
it's like
it's like a wash of feeling of like, okay, it's okay.
That's exactly.
Everybody around me is frantic, and I'm like. It's just, and it's not that I'm not engaging or understanding why they're being anxious, but I always feel I don't need to be.
You don't need to be, because what's happened is the reason why you don't feel that is because a lot of the stuff that you needed to deal with, the trauma in your life, or the limiting beliefs, or the fear, you've actually got rid of it. That's why you don't feel it, because you're not tapping into that. Whereas the people around you, the reason why they're feeling it is because they haven't resolved that, and they're subscribed to it. It's because there's a completely different consciousness you're talking about. You're of the consciousness now where you're standing strong in your power, you're sovereign, you know who you are, you've had experiences of like your galactic, you've been known about your galactic experiences, angelic, ascending, whichever, doesn't matter, but other than human is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, all the time. Yeah.
Other than human, you know about this, you're aware of this. Yeah. Because of this, you understand that you are not just human. You understand that you are here, you are a soul here having an experience. You understand that. Then you understand that everything around you isn't real. You understand that, you can see through it. You can see when the government are definitely peddling fear.
So black and white, and other people don't see it at all.
No, exactly. And you know what? It's not your job to make them see it.
Okay.
Right?
No, actually, I'm learning to genuinely stand back and go, you want to ask me a question, I'll answer it, but I don't need to inform you anymore. I'll direct you, but I won't.
You know why it's not your job?
I don't feel responsible anymore. Why?
You know why it's not your job? Because you don't know what their soul path is. Maybe they just chose to be at this point of human history, of human evolution, and from this point they have agreed to move on. Because they've done their bit. I'll give you a perfect example. My dad, I love to use him because he's 72 years old, and I talk to him about the moon, right? And tell him, obviously, we've got beings on the moon, and moon has a very direct impact on, our field and what we think, and they definitely, give us a lot of negative rays. Mars has been colonized. We already know this. We already have starships. And I discussed this stuff with him. And I tell you what, it blows his mind. Like, I can tell when he's had enough, because it will be like, right, shall we have some dinner then? Or shall we put the telly on? And so I came to the realization that as much as I want him to be here, that isn't what he wants. I understand that I am here, and because I am here, I want him to be here, and because I care about him, and because I love him, I don't want him to go, and I want him to be here to experience with me. But he might not choose to. And what I'm doing is I'm being selfish, because I'm saying I want it for me, you know. But we seem to forget some very important factors, right? One, they're a sovereign being themselves, right? Two, last time I checked, right, you lot did not create him, right? So he's a unique soul within himself. Therefore, he's able to make decisions about whether he wants to be here, whether he wants to have this experience, or whether he wants to be off planet. You don't get a choice in that. You don't get a choice in that. This is his journey. So do you know what?
I get that. But it's we're having to experience it firsthand, though, aren't we? We're kind of like, it's almost like watching it, and you're like, every time I hear somebody else has had another vaccine, I go, really? Another loved one? Another one?
I'm
cringe every time I hear that word.
I'm preparing. I mean, I
know. No, me too. But it's still very hard. It's like, you know, as you say, it's their journey, and you have to. It's about acceptance of that fact, really. And that's, as you say, that cycle of grief. It's that kind of like, you have to do that, prepare yourself for that, and that's true.
It is.
But the way I cope with it is feeling this other energy that's coming through. It's almost like not a buffer, but it's certainly helping with that, because that is quite hard for me to experience.
Definitely. It's definitely, you know what, sometimes it's about them having the experience in the 3D viscerally. So I'll give an example. My father, again, he's great. He's a great case right now. Let me use him. You know, he literally had the vaccine 8 weeks ago, okay? And I've been talking to him way before then, saying, Dad, don't have the vaccine. Please don't have it. It's got a lot of stuff in it. You know, I kind of feel that it's designed for, you know, ulterior purposes other than for your health benefit, okay? And he was like, he didn't tell me. It was a bit sneaky, didn't tell me. And then he told me probably about 3-4 weeks ago that he had it. And I was like, okay, you've had it. There's nothing I can do about that. He's chosen to have it, right? So I was like, all right, he's had it. And then I said to him, well, why do you have it, Dad? He says, well, my brothers were having it and my sisters were having it. So I thought I'd have it, you know, like some kind of sweet, you know. He's like, well, there's this new sweet that's just arrived. New chocolate that you must try, and it's amazing because everyone's tried it. My family have tried it, therefore I need to try it as well. So he goes and has his vaccine. And then about a couple of days ago, he's been complaining of like heart kind of chest pains, yeah. And then a couple of days ago, he actually was taken into hospital because he had suspected angina, stroke, heart attack. Wasn't quite sure. They kept him in for a couple of nights. Overnight, and they did all the tests. First of all, it was angina, then it was heart attack, and then they discharged him and said it was just muscle spasms. I was like, wow, that's a big jump, isn't it? From like angina, heart attack to whirling, it's just a muscle spasm. You know, go home, here's some tablets. Good luck, mate. You know.
No, I remember you saying, Nilesh, that your dad's never been ill, so this is a big deal for you to him experience these things.
Absolutely, my dad is healthy, so he doesn't have any liver problems, kidney problems. He doesn't have arthritis. He's 72 years old. He's about 4 stone overweight. Has been for about 40 odd years, and he's never ever had these health problems. And I directly link it to the vaccine. So I think it scared him. So I said to him, are you having the second vaccine? And he's like, no, I don't think I'm having it. I'm like, ooh, I tell you what, you learned. Well done, you. That's incredible. But I don't believe him just yet. Because my dad's he's persuaded, you know, my father can, you know. And again, that's not a great trait to have, but he can be persuaded. So I'll wait and see if he has a second vaccine.
But I'm also finding there's a million Agent Smiths popping up because they're all like, why haven't you? Why haven't you?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to persuade you and put pressure on you to have it. Is that the Agent Smith syndrome's coming out fast and furious?
Exactly.
So do you think, sorry, just to interrupt, do you think the vaccine is a depopulation scheme?
Absolutely.
I do. I think the way, if you look at, I am not a virologist or, you know, an immunologist, you know, I don't have that area of expertise, but looking at many of the doctors who've looked at this vaccine, You know, Dr. Sherry Tenpenny is being one of them. You know, again, look at some of her stuff. She's got a website. You know, there's many people out there who are doctors who are having this experience, definitely seems to be reporting some real adverse effects. And you know, the thing that kind of worries me is I work in the health field, as you all know, and I you know, we work with antipsychotics and many other drugs. You know, we know for a fact that it takes between 5 and 10 years for a development of any drug. Okay, that's minimum 5 to 10 years. Even after the 10-year mark, it might not get the license. But this COVID vaccine has literally been done within a year. And you know, you look at some of the, you know, the information out there. They don't even know, the drug companies don't even know the effect of this particular drug is going to have, you know, on humanity as we go forward. And yes, it does worry me. It does worry me. Go and have a look at David Icke's stuff. He's been talking about this for 35 years plus, David Icke has. I love him. He's amazing. And can you imagine 30 years ago when he was talking about this, how much ridicule he was getting? I remember the Terry Wogan interview he did. Oh my God. I'm pretty sure right now Terry Wogan's going, oh, I'm such an idiot, really? Did that interview, we couldn't see this coming. Oh my God. And here it is. You know, stuff that David Icke's talking about, all of a sudden is happening. And we're not just talking the likes of David Icke, we're talking the likes of Dolores Cannon. You know, we're talking the likes of Alba Wyman. You know, again, these people have been around a long time, came into their gifts a long time, and they're just the known ones. You know, they're the ones that we know of. What about the ones that we don't know of? What about them? You know, there's so many of them, isn't there, that are unknown, who also have these amazing gifts and have known about this. So I think, you know what, use your own discernment. Use your own discernment. Don't just take my word for it. Don't take the people, you know, in this group's word for it. Go and do your own research. You're an intelligent human being. Go and weigh it.
The only research is taking it yourself and seeing what happens.
Exactly. It is.
Do that?
This is your individual experience. This is your own individual experience. You've got to judge it for your own particular experience. Whatever you get is what you get from it. And there is no judgment. If you choose to take it, you choose to take it. If you don't choose to take it, then you don't choose to take it. It's got to be respected either way. But go and do your own research. You're a sovereign being. Go and look at what's out there. Go and look at what other people are saying. Go and talk to people who've had it. Go and talk to people who've died of it. And make up your own assessment and your own judgment through it, and then make your own decisions. You see, this is your journey. For me personally, I won't be taking it. I came here to help humanity to get to 5D. This is where we are. This is what we're going to do, and we're going to continue to do that. And that means for me not to take the vaccine, I'm afraid.
It gets tricky because they might threaten your job.
Then you know what? My job goes. If I lose everything, I don't care. I do not care. Do you know why? Because I didn't come here for my job. I didn't come here for my house. I didn't come here for my car. I didn't come here for the clothes that I wear. We came here to be together for humanity, to liberate it. And if it means me not having these things to do that, then you know what? I'll do that. I will do that. Because at the end of the day, I can only be responsible for what I do, and I don't want to look back at my time and be locked into fear, saying, oh, well, I didn't do it because I valued my job. This is how the elite have been doing it with the billionaires. You just don't become a billionaire, right? You just don't wake up one day and you're a billionaire. It doesn't work like that. You're chosen, okay? You're chosen to be a billionaire. So if you speak to a lot of them, I've seen quite a few interviews, they will all say the same thing. They will not push against the establishment because they're too afraid to lose what they have. They're too afraid to lose their billions. And this is the way it is. And it's the same with us. You know, it's like the fear of losing your house. If you don't take the vaccine, it's like, well, you can't go into a supermarket, they're saying. You can't travel. Yeah, you can't even be out, you know. This is like, wow, this is like Hitler state, right? Like you can't do anything, right? Until you have this little passport to say that you can do it. Oh my God, is this where we're going to go? No, there's too many people on this planet who can see right through this. And freedom to us is more important than anything else. We are sovereign beings. It's our birthright to be here, and we are goddamn free.
Yeah,
I don't care what they tell me.
exactly. Sorry to interrupt, but I want to say I've been doing work on Sherry Tempany's boot camp because I had a lot of symbology coming in to show me that I need to go into that group. I'm delivering coding to the people that are there to help them move along in their process, and also we're almost establishing a kind of a network of people, because I'm so grateful the time, the personal time I had with you, because that really helped me, because I'm so much more in my power, because everybody around me has a different view, but you know what, I don't care, and I'm so strong about it. And the strengthening thing is stepping into that power, because once you start stepping into it, you become more strong. And for me, they can bring it on, they can throw it at me, and I'll just stand there and I'll say, what else are you going to tell me to do? Because I'm just not going to do what you want me to do. There's just no way. I won't do it. Cut everything off. And that's it.
Exactly.
Cut it all off.
Yeah. Don't be afraid. Don't step into fear. You didn't come here for that. That's where their power lies, fear. And we've never been fearful beings. We're light warriors. We came here to change everything. And everything you need and you want is within you. You'll have support. Look, if I was homeless tomorrow and lost everything, there'll be like 50 people saying, come and live with me. I know it. We'll all help each other out, I have the situation right now. I have a friend that I've known for a number of years, and she was in Portugal for a period of time, and I did say to her, look, if things go arse over tit and you can't do whatever and things get bad, then look me up, you can come and stay. And guess what, she's been here since January. This is what we do, and I'm not related to her by blood. I wouldn't say I've known it all my life, because I haven't. But yet this, you know what I mean? Action speaks louder than words. You either are the being that you say you are. Forget about your past, okay? Whatever you've done in your past is in your past. We've all made mistakes. Me too. I've done some not so great things. I have a criminal record. Yes, I know. It's hard to believe. Metatron, angelic of light, has a criminal record, but I do. But that is my past. That is something that happened in my past. Where I am right now is a different vibrational state, a different vibrational being, and I am here in service to each and every one of you, and I show up, and I have done with me and Deb for 12 months, and we do this every month, and we show up and we do it, and this is what we're asking of you. That's all we're asking. Show up, be you, bring your uniqueness, bring your specialness. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. This is who you are. And this is my understanding of each and every one of you. I'm very blessed, and I'm very gifted to be able to remember things that have happened that kind of make me feel, make me see things differently. So, I've talked about this before, where Father explodes out and he creates all of these amazing beings, and that's us, and I can remember kind of being there when he's done that. I can remember being there when universes were created, when certain beings were created. I can remember being there when Ashtar Command was just a wee little boy. I remember that too. So, the thing is, look, whatever we've done in our human lives, we've all done some dodgy things with, I have for sure, 100%. I am not cleaner than clean. And you know what? You don't have to be. It's just what you do and how you do it and how you help other people, and whether you are true to your word. Do you walk the walk, or do you just talk the talk? And in my experience, as many people do a lot of talking, a lot of it, but not many people actually deliver. But I do, because this is the way I am. This is who I am. This is the essence of who I am, and I'll continue to do it.
That's really cool, because what it does, and I feel like even if all we're here to do is to be in our power and have that strength, then if people are meant to be with, follow, you almost, how can I say this, kind of see us as a way shower, and if they're kind of on the sidelines, they might suddenly say to themselves, well, actually, oh wow, well maybe I can be powerful, and I can stand in my power, and I can say no. I have got I can do this. I can say no to this stuff. I know in my heart this is wrong. You know, oh, she's doing it. Oh, he's doing it. You know, it's okay to say no.
You're absolutely right about that. You actually give people permission. That's the thing. It's like, you know, we've all done things that are quite dodgy in our life, and that's okay. But sometimes you give permission to go, do you know what? I'm not perfect. And that's okay. It's okay that I wasn't perfect. It's okay. That's fine. We've all done some dodgy stuff. It's all right. It's not the end of the world. But how are you showing up today? What did you learn through that process? You know, I've met many people in my lifetime who are drug addicts, alcoholics, who are convicts, who've been through the system, you know, and they've changed and they've turned their lives around, and they've become completely, you know, different beings. They just don't resonate with what they did in the past. And that's exactly what you're talking about. It's like, you know, you almost are giving people permission to say, it's all right. You know, it's okay. Be who you are. And if no one agrees with who you are and what you're saying, that's okay. Don't worry about it. You know, think about David Icke, perfect example, right? 35 years doing what he's doing, 35 years doing what he's doing. Now, 30 years ago when he first started this, right? If he just gave up, right? If he just gave up and said, oh, well, you know, people don't believe me and I've been ridiculed so much, you know, we wouldn't have the vastness of information, all of his books, everything he's talked about right now. The awakening would have been a lot kind of, it would have been up so quick, would it? You know, and we're not just talking about David, same with Dolores. Say if Dolores decided not to write the books, yeah, and not to develop her particular form of, you know, hypnosis. Say if she decided not to do that, would we have all of the hypnosis today, QHTT, would we have any of that? Possibly not. Do you see what I mean? Like, even when you're told, you know, don't do this, or when you're put off by doing this, don't. Continue forward. Keep pushing. Don't stop. Because if David Icke stopped, Magenta Pixie stopped, if Alba stopped, if Dolores stopped, we'd be a long way off 5D.
We wouldn't be sitting here.
Yes, exactly. We would not be sitting. I would not be sitting here talking to you if it wasn't for Alba. I know this. It was Alba. I was very reluctant to go to her, and not because she isn't brilliant, but that's just me. I just didn't want to do it. And you guys know about that story. But yeah, you know, like, show up, do what you can do. You know, do whatever you can do, no matter how, you know, how insignificant you might think it is, doesn't mean it is for the person that you're helping or the group of people you're doing it for. You know, like each month, me and Deb, we do this, and, you know, after we've done it, I'm like, well, you know, might have helped some people, I'm not sure. And I always walk away thinking, well, probably not, you know. But I'm, you know, then I get a lot of feedback after that, and people will say, you know, thank you so much for this and this and this, or thank you for so much for this and this and this. I wasn't aware about this, and when you discussed it, I went on to, you know, discover more. We all help each other. We all help each other. This is what it's about.
Yeah, you have such a very the way you kind of bring sometimes how can I say, things which, you know, seem like maybe complicated in a way with the 3D mind, which is going for me, but it's your way you explain things, and I think it's, you know, you feel it on the heart level, and you can really go away and you can really resonate with what you're saying. So it's always, I think everything you say is good.
The way you explain things makes it so much clearer for people. It's not, you bring it down to a level where people understand, and when you connect with them, it really connects. It's you have a gift. It's a beautiful gift. Christy, did you have a question?
It's kind. Thank you.
Yeah, Deb, there's a lot being spoken about here this evening, and I'm just aware as to how the conversation is affecting everyone in the group. Like, but the conversation of vaccines, I'm not putting up a few links there on the side, will just help people understand what's actually happening as regards to not just the contents of the vaccine, but actually the pressure that people are put under to comply to restrictions and directives from wherever country they come from. Number one, you have to give your consent for a vaccine, so you can't be forced to take a vaccine. They can make life very, very difficult for you, as Nilesh just has said. Like, but under the Nuremberg Code, that won't happen. Like, there's a few countries that have broke that. Israel is one of them as we speak, and we're aware of what's going on in Israel at the moment.
Yes, we do. Yeah.
But they're being taken to court for crimes against humanity, but that's not being given to us by our daily news outlets, because they are aware that the collective on the ground are beginning to understand the bigger picture, like, you know. So the vaccine itself is still an experimental vaccine, and people need to become aware of that, like, you know. That's where it is, like, and there's a lot of talk. Pfizer saying, yes, 2023 we will have an update, but at the moment it's an experimental vaccine. Your government won't tell you that either. Our Irish government has set aside €120,000 max for vaccine injuries as we speak. So we're all aware that pharmaceutical companies have walked and they don't take responsibility, and they haven't since 1986. In your country, Deb, that's when it became noticeable that the autism rate was beginning to rise, like, you know, and pharmaceutical companies approached the governments and said, listen, it's not worth our while being in business. For every dollar we're making, we're paying out 20 in compensation. So the government said we would sort that out, and they did in the US. So they took responsibility. But that happened around Europe, and it's happening in Ireland now as we speak, and I'm sure in the UK as well, where there is a petty cash fund. In Ireland, as I said, it's 120,000. So if I have a vaccine injury, it depends how severe that it has. The max payout that is 120 grand. So when they say the vaccine is a 90% safe, they know that other 10% is the deaths and the fatalities. The vaccine injuries, which I've put up on the side there, will give you an idea. Up to last week, I think, so far, they have released information to CDC, Centre of Disease Control, that we're up to over 2,000 deaths from the vaccines. And they're up to 15,000 adverse reactions. Some are serious and some are not quite so serious. But there's also a sinister part to the vaccine. We are all aware, we're here to raise vibration and consciousness. That's our agenda, like, you know. We're aware of, Nilesh asked, or put out two questions there earlier on in this conversation, which I find quite interesting. Who are we? Who are we and why are we here? You know, so it's important that, you know, we tap into that statement, like, and question, like, really, what's our purpose? We're being tested here on a day-to-day basis emotionally. We're being put to test by source energy, like, you know, and he has given us the opportunity to come back in and have this human experience on earth. Like. So we're this spiritual being having this human experience down here. We're consciousness in an avatar, and we're here basically to raise vibration, but we're being challenged by the dark. That's the bottom line, like, you know. And here we are discussing really how we try and manage our mental well-being. So we're being tested, we're being challenged, like, and it's being put up to us on a day-to-day basis on Sky News, which just pops up on the hourly basis to give us what the statistics are. So they have slowly walked us in the last 12 months by the hand to a vaccine, nice and slowly. I've always said, look at the psychology behind the coronavirus. Look how they have played it out, like, and the only virus we have at the moment is, we are aware, is the PCR test and the social media, which have been paid millions of euros to hype up the agenda called fear in the collective, and they've done it really, really, really well. So as I continue to say, you know, the majority of people will walk in that direction, and they will decide to take, as I call it, the my wadi. That is their choice, like, you know. But that sinister part, you've obviously done some research on nanobot technology. That's where they're going. Like, we could sit here and talk about transhumanism, but you want to get the nanobots into your skin. People are not aware of this. The nanobot technology is so small you can't see it with the human eye, which will be activated by your cell phone, which will be activated by a satellite in the sky. So they'll be able to control who lives and who dies. But that's quite dark to actually discuss, really. But that's the reality of it. Like, if you tap into EU Agenda 21, you'll see what the plan is, like, you know. You want to keep 500 million and delete the rest of us through war, famine, chemtrails, and other situations that will affect our emotional and physical growth. So 5G as well. I passed a comment to a friend of mine the other night, and I said 500 million. The globalists, the banks, the powers to be on the planet are answering to the draconian reptilians, okay, that are playing a part in our awakening at the minute, like, and there's many articles up online on that, like, you know. So as I've said earlier on before the webinar opens, Earth at the moment is a focal point in the universe. Everybody is watching Earth, and I mean celestial races and galactic races and the angelic realms and whatever else, because what happens on our planet has a serious impact on the rest of the universe. So we are all aware as we speak that Gaia is also emotionally affected by our emotions, like, you know, and that's why we come together in groups like this and we try and support that, like, you know. But as we have said and we continue to say, we can take the horse to water, but we can't make it drink. That's an old Irish saying, like, you know. It's up to each individual to own their oneness, like, you know. So we are all creator beings. We are all goddesses and gods that have come in at this time to raise vibration. But our memory was wiped, and a lot of us are not aware of that. Some of us are waking up because we have our galactic friends popping in to say hello, like, you know. So it's about understanding, really, like, as Nilesh said there earlier on, there's no such thing as death. That's just an illusion. The physical will break down, the consciousness will go back to source energy and decide then what the next move is, like, you know. But while we're here, it's so important to realize at this time, we are being challenged emotionally. So we came in as the beacon of light, and it is our job as we speak to support who we can. But there's also, you know, another side of the coin where we have to be very, very careful, because I can't express to my family, yes, the Ashtar command is over my house at the moment, it wants to stay hello, but they're not interested in that because they're stuck in what they see as the 3D realm, which is perfectly okay. That is their choice. They're having that human experience. Let it play out. If they don't decide to wake up, that has nothing got to do with me. All I can do is support. Now, how I support is down to each individual, and that's where we're challenged, like, you know. And that's where I see the struggle a lot of the time, because each of us has something to give, but it's up to us to let the collective fall and pick themselves up. And as has been spoken about in the early stages of the webinar, people are going to leave this reality, you know, due to their own decision making, like, you know, and there's not really a lot we can do about that. Like, we can send them unconditional love, like, but at the end of the day, we have a role to play, and that role is not just taking care of ourselves, but it's letting family and friends know their uniqueness, really. For me, I see that's where the struggle is. The majority of the collective as we speak are lost emotionally. They have no idea really of who they are as a consciousness. Like, at this time, they actually chose to come in here, which was a message that came up on the side also earlier on. As Dave said, we selected our partners. Of course we did at soul level. There was a contract done at that, and I selected my mother and I selected my father, and so did everyone in the room. But unfortunately, people don't see that. Like, so it's actually a wonderful place to be. As our galactic families call us, and a few of them have said this in the past, they call Earth Gangster City. That's the truth. They've actually passed that comment. No, we wouldn't go back there. Like, you know, you're quite gross down there emotionally. You just kill each other and you do nasty things to each other. So we're quite happy here in this high vibration. But we chose to drop from that high vibration to come down here for this human experience and to learn so much in a short space of time, because this is going to be over in the blink of an eye.
Correct.
Thank you.
Yeah. I agree.
Chris, I would like to put something in as an information. I saw that in cases where life policies had been running on people, when they had died because of the vaccine, the life policy will not be paid because it's an experimental vaccine.
Exactly, Reinhard. Exactly.
When you want to get someone off this decision, you should ask him, do you have a policy where you expect some money for your family?
Yes.
And to do this, you will not, your family will not get the money.
Yes, because it's an experimental vaccine. Exactly. And sadly, the pharmaceuticals continue to say that, like, and there's a few statements that come out in the last few months, or 2023, like Pfizer will launch another vaccine, but people need to be aware and awake. As I said to a friend of mine recently, how many people have died last year of the flu? The flu, not COVID, have died of the flu. And it's not a trick question, but if you see, like, and look at the narrative, like, and see how the World Health Organization continues to play this game, like, you know, and there's the Doctors Alliance as we speak, which is quite respected now in Europe, like, and they're beginning to make a bit of noise, and the World Health Organization is being challenged. And then you have the defender that I put up there on the right hand side, Bobby Kennedy, which has been challenging the pharmaceuticals in the US for the last 30 years. The pharmaceutical companies, sadly, are bigger than oil in the Middle East. They are very, very wealthy, and no one gets in their way. And we have all witnessed and read, and maybe not as all, of, you know, individuals that have been moved aside because they've opened their mouth, like, you know, and that's how they play, like. Yeah. So when you grab that understanding, you have some insight, really, like, I mean, just look at GMO foods, like, in the US as we speak, and in Europe, like. Look at the pharmaceutical companies now. They work very, very closely with the supermarkets, like, you know. So if we look at our diets now, each individual in the room, as I said, they turned us all into sugar junkies. And I don't mean us all, but just understand where I'm coming from. You know, now you have a choice in the supermarket. Do you want the processed or do you want the organic? Like, you know, society has gone so quick. It's gone so quick. The majority of the population go for the processed because it's quick, like, you know, and that's okay. But there's an agenda that's working in the background, and it's been working very, very subtly for the last few years. And people are beginning to understand that because they're beginning to awaken to their own greatness. As I said, we're all tapping into our own gifts that were given to us before we took the physical, before we agreed to come in here and have this human experience. So they're aware of that also, like, you know, so they do their best to suppress that, and they throw this at us, like, which they're doing at the moment, which is this pandemic that had been planned out well in advance. And the only agenda for the coronavirus is to crash the economy and to reduce the population. And that's what's being played out as we speak. We can see it in the nursing homes in Ireland and in the UK, and I'm sure in the US. So, I mean, it's quite challenging, really, like, but it's...
I think a bit, sorry to interrupt, I think a big part of the virus was to steal the election as well.
Well, Timo, everything as we play out is, everything in our reality now as we speak is a distraction. Everything. Just look at your social media. Everything there is to distract us. It's to keep us from coming down to our brain, which is down here in our heart. This is okay for thinking and making money. But if society was to drop on our knees now, the 7 billion of us, and start meditating for 10 minutes, the crime rate would drop by 50% across the planet. You know? But they don't want that, like, because crime pays money, like, and it keeps the majority of the collective asleep, and it pays big bucks to the players at the top. So there's an agenda being played out, but it's just understanding that we are so powerful. And I'm talking to each individual in the room here. If we had the insight to understand really our background as regards to lineage, and where we came from and why we came in again at this time, like, you know. So this is the place to graduate. It's not Harvard University. This is the place to graduate, and we are going through that as we speak. Like, this is a graduation, and we move out of this reality. Yes, we go back. We'd probably relax for a while under a palm tree and decide then on the next move. Thank you.
I agree with that. That makes a lot of sense. So let's talk a little bit about healing. Okay, so as you know, my father decided to take the vaccine, and I was like, right, how do I get it out of the system? So some of the stuff that I'm helping him with right now is about cleansing your blood. Okay, so things like that are really, things like spirulina, wheatgrass, broken cholera, really, really great things. Charcoal as well, great things. Now, he's not very good at taking it in powder form, so I bought him some capsules, and I've said to him, I need you to take one of these every day without fail. So he's doing that. Niacin is also a great way. So now we've tackled the inside of the body, you know, we've tackled the physicalness of the body. Let's tackle the healing side. Now, this is not mine, this is Sheila, who lives in Australia, wonderful ascended master. She is incredible, and she told me about this. So if you imagine the back of a human body, and if you can imagine just below the rib line at the back, they call it number 23. Yeah, back there is where we hold our toxins. Now, this is what Sheila was like enlightening me with. Thank God for this. And so if you feel that anyone is having any difficulties with it, heal them in that area. Put your hands in that area. So I did this with my dad. He doesn't believe in it. It's irrelevant. I don't care whether he believes in it. But I hold great power. I know this, and I can heal other people. So you can too. Each and every one of you. You don't have to learn Reiki. You don't have to go and do a course. The healing is already within you. It's all about intention and how pure that intention is and what you want. So if it's about taking out those toxins, put your hands directly on a person's back, middle of the back, just below the ribs, yeah, and heal them. Loads of healing, loads of light in that area. Let's flush out the toxins, because that's where we store them in our body. Give it a go. You've got nothing to lose. So we're tackling the inside of it, and now we're tackling also, you know, his energetic body as well, his spiritual being as well. I'm hoping that it scared him enough not to take the second dosage, but I'm like, if he chooses to, then he chooses to, and I have to kind of just accept that, and that's his decision. But those are the things we look at. Look at cleansing your blood. Anything to do with cleansing your blood is really good. Like I say, niacin, wheatgrass, spirulina, cholera, all those things, either in tablet form, powder form, are amazing. I don't know if you've ever tried wheatgrass, but it's like bloody cocaine. Like, seriously, you take a shot of that in the morning, like, forget coffee. Like, coffee has like nothing, you know, compared to wheatgrass. Take a shot of wheatgrass in the morning. Oh my God, 4 hours. You're going to be running on like, you'll be just, you know, doing stuff you thought you never had the energy to do. That stuff's amazing. It's very natural. It's algae, obviously, all these things I'm talking about. The great detoxifiers, the great cleansers. Use them, you know. Also, bentonite clay as another one. It's a great cleanser too. You know, charcoal is a great cleanser. So let's use what we have here, what's available to us freely, without us, like, you know, going into getting healing. And each and every one of you can heal one another. You can do this, whether you're actually with the person or whether you are actually not with the person, whether you are of distance. You know, you can do this. I know that I can, if a person is open and allows and surrenders, I know that I can inflict change on their spiritual vibrational self. I know I can. My vibration is strong enough to inflict change on someone else's, but only if they're open to it, only if they trust you and allow it. Yeah, these are key things, because you have free will. We can't violate that. We can't violate your free will. Government are going to try. They've been trying for a while. But you have free will. It was given to you. It doesn't, you know, it can't be violated unless, like Christy says, unless you say yes. Governments aren't forcing the vaccine, but they're going about it, you know, with another route, which is exactly what I'm talking about. You guys don't have to follow the route in a straight line. Sometimes if it takes you off the detour, great, take the detour, because you're going to get to the same destination. Government are doing this as well. You know, well, you can't walk into a supermarket unless you can prove you've had the vaccination. You can't get on a plane until you've had the vaccination. Whether these come to light, we will see. I think a lot of light workers will be like, oh, we don't want it to come to light. I'm like, humanity is still choosing right now. All of you are still choosing the experience you need to have right now. Let me also state on the back end of what Christy's saying that yes, you have led many, many lives as many, many different beings, and he's right in regards to, you guys being gods and goddesses. And remember, you came here to have a very restricted vibrational experience, okay? You didn't come here to be millionaires and drive around in Rolls Royce and Bentleys and have flash houses and, have great holidays. This is not the purpose. The purpose is to see how well you are in a restricted vibration. And one of the things I know about creation, and this is not something I've read, this is something I know, I've experienced, is that the more that you hone and you focus your ability in a restricted vibration to pinpoint accuracy of what you want to manifest and create, is a great tool. A great tool. And the more that you can do that, because this is what this experience is about, it's getting you to hone your creational, vibrational gift that's already within you, which is a birthright, to kind of get what you want out of your 3D experience. And not only are you learning this individually, like I can inflict change upon my 3D reality, but I'm gonna have to really work hard at it. So if I want something to come into my reality, I'm gonna have to be thinking about it a lot, talking about it a lot, and almost like envisioning in my mind that I already am there. Yeah, these are the 3 stages of manifestation. So it's teaching you about that. But this is how creation is also done in the universe. It's about intention. That's really, really important. And it's also about the different types of vibration involved in that creation, and definitely about love, whether you're creating it through love or something else. Remember, we have the spectrum, light and dark. And you can create anywhere along that spectrum. There is no right or wrong. That's a human thing, okay? It's about whether you want it to be more dark, whether you want it to be more in the middle, whether you want it to be more light, whatever your creation, ability is. And the reality is, like, you can create along that spectrum. All of you can create along the spectrum. The difference is, I know the spectrum, and you know it too. You've just forgotten, and I'm reminding you of this. So just choose what it is, hone that ability, hone it really, really well. Same with healing. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. You can send healing to anyone. Healing is done right now via Zoom. Some even not by Zoom, some even just by 6 o'clock your time, 10 o'clock my time, we will connect together. You sit down on a chair, I'll sit down on a chair, and we will connect. And I will send you healing. What is that? What is that? Maybe a bridge, a telepathy? Is this what it is? Because that's what it looks like to me. Connectivity. You don't necessarily have to know each other. This is how we do it. This is what it's about. We are always pushing the boundaries of our connection. We're always pushing the boundaries of the substance of our connections, the strength of our connections. And this is how we are doing it. You're all extraordinary in so many ways. I know this already about you. And we've been saying this for a year. We've been saying the same thing over and over again for a year. One day, you're going to be like, Nilesh, Deb, Rick, you're all right. And I was like, ta-da!
Suzanne Madison has a question, or she wanted to ask. Talk to you.
Of course. Go, Suzanne. Where are you? Let me find you.
So, Nilesh, I just want to thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I really, the first feeling I got when we started a year ago was the tremendous vibration that you sent out to everyone. And my heart has grown. My vibration has grown. Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. I don't have any expectation of what I do. I just do it because I do it, and I have the gift. I don't know why I have the gift. I don't question it. It's just something that I have. And I think it would be really, really pointless of me if I didn't use it. And I have it, you have it, every single one of you has it. And if I'm here and I'm showing up, I'm doing it, then I expect each and every one of you to do the same. Because like I said to you a year ago, there is no way I'm doing this by myself. Each and every one of you got to do it with me. No way I'm doing it by myself. And each and every one of you show up and you do it. And it doesn't matter which form you do it in, whether it's helping out your neighbor, your family, your friend, helping out some guy on the street. It's irrelevant. You're just doing it. So thank you. Yes, I'm very blessed with the vibration I have. I understand why I have it. I understand my purpose and mission here on planet Earth. And I will complete my mission. I'm very, very sure about that. Regardless of what happens in my 3D life, it's irrelevant. It's not important to me. What's important that I'm here and I will complete my mission, because that's what I came here to do. And then once I'm done, and we will all move on. And after all this is over, we can all meet up on some planet, have a couple of cocktails, a couple of beers, and kind of like just talk about our experience, right? You up for that? Because I'm up for that.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Some of you are like, well,
as
you know,
well.
why not have a stomach? You know, I don't want to have cocktail, whatever. But yeah, absolutely.
And, Phil, you wanted to say something? Philip?
Hello.
There we are.
I'm at work.
Yeah, I can see that.
Recorded. It's on my fibre, broadband fibre, so you'll have a recording this time.
Awesome.
I just wanted to point out one thing, because I've noticed that people who've had vaccines in the family, the vibration of the person is getting transferred to the people in the family, even if they haven't had the vaccine, if they're living close. And I've noticed if the vibration of the home is lifted to a very high vibration, like Andromeda, if you channel it, if you ever channeled it, it can actually remove most of it. So I just thought I'd give you that point.
I think it's about your belief system. If you believe it's so, then it's so. There is no right or wrong. You know this, Rab. So it's all about your particular experience. I mean, if you believe that, you know, connecting to the Pleiades, Arcturus, wherever it might be, even the angelic.
It's the Andromeda. You nearly had me there. It's the Andromeda system. You said the brain. You've been reading my mind.
If you believe it, then it's true. It's true for you, and that's okay.
No, I'm saying about experience. I've healed a few homes. And it seems to be that the people get headaches when they haven't had the vaccine, but their loved ones have. So it's either they're transferring the energy of it, or they're like transferring the pain of it, if you know what I mean.
We're all the veil. What I have noticed, I'll share a story with you, and this will be the only time I talk about it. I don't know whether many of you know, but obviously I am aware of Halel Lucifer, okay? And the way that he's depicted here on planet Earth is not the Halel and Lucifer I know. To me, he's very, very different, okay? I see him in a very different light. And one of the things I noticed was the other day, he decided to come and hang out with me. It was very weird, because like I sometimes have to get up and use the loo in the middle of the night. And so I'd go downstairs, use the loo, and he'd be there going with me downstairs to the loo. Not with me in the loo, thank God, because that's just weird. But, you know, and then he'd walk back up with me. And I'm like, that's really weird. You've been doing this for 5 days. You know, I don't understand what it's about. And he's just like, I'm just hanging out with you. What I did notice the other day is that my contract and agreement with him is my job is to anchor him. And because of the vibrational light I hold, I can anchor him. And my job is to anchor him so he can do what he came here to do on planet Earth. And you will never know the sacrifices that he made to play out that role. Because we've talked about it. That's why, you know that you will never know. He never chose for this role. He never chose it. He was asked to play it. Right? That's a fact. This is my memory. And I remember this conversation. So when he's done, I get to take him home. Okay? I get to take him home when we're done with this experience, when humanity's done with this experience. This is the level of remembering that I remember. Okay? It's not psychosis. You know, I'm not ill. You know, it's not my imagination. This is
he got the short straw.
Well, we ran timelines, and we ran timelines with Michael, and That was not a good timeline. I did not enjoy seeing him the way I saw him when we finished with that. That was not good. So Hallel was the only one that could hold the darkness in the way that it needed to be held, in which way the humanity wanted to experience it. And so the reason I'm telling you this is because sometimes I have to hang out with him to remind him of the light that he is. That's my job. So I have to hang out with him, and we hang out and we talk, and we have experiences. The reason I'm telling you is because the veil is thinner. So when I've had this before with Halo, I've been able to wake up the next day and feel fine and feel good. But recently this happened. This was only a few weeks ago. Recently this happened, and I woke up and I was so furious. I still had, because the veil is thinning. Okay, I was so furious. I felt like I could have just burnt everything to the ground, and I didn't care. And so a lot of people I was in connection with that time, I was like, please don't talk to me today. I'm not ignoring you. I do love you, but this is what's happened, and I just need not to be in touch with you today because this is what's happened. So just give me the space today to get rid of this energy that I have been holding on from the night before. And I will be okay come the evening. And that's what I had to do. So just bear in mind that whatever you are experiencing out there in your dream time is going to filter through a little bit more. And the reason for that is because the veil is thinning even more than it's ever done, which is why your 3D reality is bleeding through, which is why you're seeing things from, you're seeing realities from other parallel realities, but also 5D things. This is what you're experiencing. They're not hallucinations, it's not psychosis. This is what you're experiencing. So just bear that in mind. I was very surprised because when I've spent time with Halo before, and I've been doing this for a long time, it's never bled through in the way that it did. And that day was like probably the first time that I ever was mean. And I was like saying to people, please don't talk to me today. It's not a good idea for you to chat to me today. Give me till the evening, and my vibration will be back to where it needs to be, and we can just have a normal chat, and the essence and the vibration of who I am will come forth. But yeah, he's more powerful than people realize. Like I say, in the realms of heaven, I see Father. Yeshua is there, of course. But in regards to angelics, I definitely see Metatron and Halo as equal in regards to power of light, definitely. And he wasn't a fallen bloody angel either. I don't know why they get that either. That was ridiculous.
Angels never fell.
No, they never did.
I think it's symbolic, Nilesh.
Nilesh, he went to Stonehenge in one of my meditations once. Didn't have a dance room. That was a bit weird.
It's a very surreal experience for me because again, Father has a very funny sense of humor. I am Asian. I was born into a Hindu family, yet I very much am connected and am with Metatron, and Metatron is very much depicted as white. So you can tell Father has a great sense of humor, and I love that about him. And he does. He has a great sense of humor, and what you are being taught by this, it doesn't matter about the color of the skin, about the gender, about anything that this particular human has done in his past. What you should be able to read is the vibration, because frequency does not lie. You can't hide vibration. You can't fake it. You can't fake it. You can fake orgasms, right? But you can't fake vibration, right? Just saying. I'm just saying. Right? So tap into that. Tap into people's frequency. Tap into people's vibration. See what that feels like. Yeah, because it can't lie. It can't lie.
It doesn't, because when that's how we're going to be identifying each other later. You're not even, if people will come up behind you, you'll know who it is before you even see them.
Yes. Yes. We see this now, don't you? How many people do you meet in your reality where you go, oh my God, you feel like home? I don't know why, but you feel like home to me. And it's like, yes, We are home to each other. We know each other. I have never met you in this 3D physicality, but I'm meeting you right now and you feel like home to me. Yeah? That's reading vibration, because you're recognizing a vibrational signature from a previous experience that you're having or you've had. Yeah.
I never understood why you know, here I blindly started sending you private messages on Facebook, hoping, oh well, this guy, I hope he responds to me. I mean, you didn't know me from Adam.
That's very true.
It took what, 1.5 years, 2 years for me to get the courage to say, well, would you do a webinar with me? and then you thought it was going to be 2-3 people.
Yeah, I did. I thought, well, no one's going to turn up to this, so let's just give it a bash, see what happens. You know what I mean? I'm game. You know. And here we are. We're doing it. It's incredible what we do. It really is. I love what we do. I love, you know, the vibrational frequency. I love the information we all get. You know, I don't feel any special or more important, or, you know, that's their ego things. Okay, I learned to get rid of that a long time ago, because it doesn't serve. And all these people who turn around and say ego serves, no, it doesn't serve. Get rid of it. Like, come from pure vibrational space. Come from your heart, from one soul to another, regardless of what you've done. It's irrelevant. Just come and have that experience, like we are doing right now. You know, each and every one of us are connected from heart to heart. We're having experience. I don't care about your gender. I don't care about your past. I don't care about your job. I don't care if you own a house or a car. I don't care if you're a millionaire, billionaire, if you're poor. All of that's irrelevant. But each and every one of us right now are just having a connection, a heart-to-heart connection, which is pure, which cannot be tampered with, which cannot lie. And this is the most beautiful thing about it. I am very much looking forward to going to Australia, not only to meet up with people that I love and adore, but I'm also very much looking forward to going and seeing Sheila, because Sheila lives there. And when I this is another thing that you guys do as well, right? It's like when you hear a name or you see a face, you go, oh my God, I know you. I know you. I don't know where I know you, but I recognize you. And then it's like you tap into that signature. And as soon as I tapped into Sheila's signature, the first thing that came up was Ascended Master. That's the first thing that came up in my vibration. So I know that when I go to Australia, we're going to meet up in some cafe, and in this 3D reality, we're going to meet up, and I am going to see her as an Ascended Master, from one Ascended Master to another Ascended Master, both meeting in this 3D reality. And you know what? Enjoying the deliciousness of that. Enjoying that. Meeting her in this form, you know? It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And I love doing this. I love doing this with everyone we meet, you know? And you guys should be also loving it too and enjoying it, you know? It's a gift. It really, really is a gift. I mean, I'm looking forward to sharing some coffee, maybe some herbal tea. I might push the boat up. I don't know. You know, we'll see. We might even have a bit of cake. You know.
What about the mask?
Don't have to wear masks there, dude. Don't have to wear masks.
Oh, you don't have to wear them?
No. The cafes are open. Yeah, pubs are open, clubs are open, everything's open. Don't have to wear a mask. So interesting, isn't it? Different countries and how they deal with it. But what I'm trying to explain to you is
ended our mask mandate too.
Sorry, say that again, Deb.
They ended our mask mandate here in Arizona.
Yeah. See,
do you know, Nilesh, I haven't worn a mask yet, but I sell them. I sell them,
really?
but I don't wear
them. You sell them? You should be giving them away with those people. Seriously, I give mine away. I'm like, do you need one? You don't have to have one.
No, I make them. I make protectors and stuff, but no, don't wear the mask. It's too dangerous.
About the virus.
Nilesh, I just want to say thank you very much for everything. And Deb as well. I have gained a lot.
Yes, we did have a one-to-one session, Carmen. So, and this is one of the things I've really enjoyed. But as going forward, I'm going to stop that. I have to. I've been told by Father to stop. And you know what I'm like with him. I don't always listen to what he's got to tell me because I'm defiant like that. But I will do it, as you know. You all know that, although I might say initially
yes,
no.
But you're going to get rid of your messenger.
Yes, I am. Yeah, my messenger's going to go. It's going to go. And the reason it's going to go is because I have so many people contacting me on it. And I feel really, really guilty. And I feel bad that I'm not able to respond to each and every one of you. And the reason for that is because my time is really limited. You know, I manage a lot of staff in the work that I do. You know, I work with people with mental health problems. I manage a lot of stuff. I'm doing that. I'm doing my spiritual stuff, the stuff for Metatron. I'm meeting with you guys one-on-one. I'm doing the groups with Deb as well. And then on top of that, I'm trying to look after my, the family that I was, incarnated with as well, and trying to look out for, a lot of other people around that. And so, there's only so many hours in the day, and there's only so much time that I can commit to these things. And I'm going to come off of that, and you will be able to catch me, but it'll be on Facebook, unfortunately. And obviously the Metatron channel will run till the end of this year, and then we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's what I've got to do when I go forward, unfortunately. And it's been such a joy with each and every one of you, because I've always offered it to each and every one of you to connect individually one by one, and I've done that with many of you. I mean, I spent a lot of evenings booking in like maybe one or two people to connect with, to help you to understand more about your purpose and your mission and your life journey, and as many of you know, I did it in my own time. There was no fee attached to it, because as an angelic and who I am, I have a responsibility to each and every one of you. And so it's just done. And it's been such a blessing and a gift to kind of do that with each and every one of you and kind of help with those individuals. But going forward, I'm not going to be able to do the one-to-one work. No, it's going to change for sure. But that's okay. Change is good. And change means that, we are evolving, because we want to evolve. And it means evolving into something different. And that's okay. I'm good with that. I'm good
so
with that.
If we wanted to say hello, or just to see how you are, how can we do that?
Facebook is the place. Stick it on my wall and say, "Oi, I haven't seen you for a while. What are you doing, you ignorant git?"
Okay.
Just come and like contact me on Facebook, and come and say hi, But it's so beautiful, because for me, the ones that I've had the direct contact with, I've said to some of them, please keep me posted with some of your stuff. And it's incredible. Some people have decided to start YouTube videos on their healing and their light language. Some people have decided to start painting. And oh my God, like, these canvases are like amazing. It's the kind of thing you would see in a gallery. This is how incredible you are. Like I would buy that picture, without question. It'd be like, how much? Like, well, okay, I might have to like pay you in installments, but that this is what I mean. That level of like creativity, that level of like really pushing you out. For some reason, and I don't question it, and I don't know why, my vibration has the ability to change you, to facilitate your vibration, and almost to bring you on. Metatron is very clear about his ability. His ability is really, really clear. He can see the potential within you. So the advice and the vibration he's sharing with you is not for what you need right now. It actually is for the potential that you can be. That's how that works. So it's been a gift for me to connect with each and every one of you in this way, for sure, 100%. So thank you for showing up, and just thank you for being here and sharing this journey. And when we reach 5D, we can all look back on this experience and go, Nilesh, do you remember the time when we were doing Deb Purcell's group? And do you remember that time we were talking? You were like, that was so bang on. Oh man, you got it wrong there. You messed up. It's great. We can have a look at that at that time. We can have a look at it. It's cool. I like it. I like looking at these things.
Nilesh, do we have time for one of your lovely
They're posted on
meditations?
my website, and they're also.
Yeah, of course. What meditation
Sorry,
would you
what was
like?
that?
Anything you like. I just love them.
Pick one. Do you want to like go to 5D? Do you want to do like a kind of energy kind of pump you up right now? Do you want to do a connection one to help you connect?
Heart to heart is the best one.
Connecting heart to heart. I can do that. Where shall we go? We do that. Where do you want to go?
I like 5D, but wherever anybody else wants to go.
Well, can we have some suggestions? Kath saying 5D.
I agree. I think 5D is, you know, if we're going to be going through some hard times here coming up, I think it's important for us to keep our eye on the prize, so to speak. So I think that'll be amazing.
All right, there we go. 2 people consenting to this. Right, let's do 5D. So this is how we're going to do it, right? I want you to close your eyes. Not yet. Right, don't jump the gun. Right, close your eyes. I want you to take about 7 deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. But I want you to take your breath to your abdomen. I want you to really extend it out, and I really want you to let it go on the out breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask each and every one of you to open up this heart space, like a portal almost. Open it up, okay? While you're here with me, you are safe. Right? Nothing can touch you while you're with me. My vibration is far goddamn too high for anything to penetrate it. I am far too powerful. Okay? So while you're with me, you're going to be in this cocoon with me, and you're going to be safe. So I want you to be safe enough to open up your heart space, knowing nothing bad and untoward is going to come to you. Okay? Once you open up your heart space, I'm going to connect with each and every one of you. Okay? And then when we do that, we're going to go to 5D. And I'll tell you where we're going to go, because I want you to visualize it. We're going to end up in a cave, okay? And the cave will be brightly lit, but right in front of you, you are going to see a rainbow sand. And as you walk through, you're going to see a rainbow waterfall on your right-hand side. And then I just want you to go wherever you want to go. And then I will pull you back after about 5 minutes, taking what you need to take, taking the vibration of Gaia, taking the vibration of what she feels like, what she smells like. You'll be able to taste her, have the whole visceral experience, bring back that beautiful energy that she is, bring that back with you so you can share it with everyone around you. Yes, that's what we're going to do. And when I take you, I want all of us to hold hands. So I can take you all together at once. Yeah, and we're gonna go straight up. Yeah. Okay, let's begin. 7 deep breaths, please. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Make sure your breath goes all the way to your abdomen. And on the out breath, I just want you to let everything go. Okay? Just be with me here in this moment right now, and nothing else matters right now, just for you to be here with me. Good. I want you to let go on the out breath all of your worries, all of your stress, anything that you've been holding on to for the day. I want you to physically breathe it out of your body. And I want you to let everything go. Good. Relax. Sink deeper into your chair and just allow yourself to be. You can feel your body relaxing. Your shoulders starting to loosen up. Give them a bit of a wiggle. Let the tension go. You can feel your arms becoming heavier. You can feel your chest sinking into the chair. You can feel your hips and your legs becoming floppy and heavy. You can feel your calves and all of the stress and the tension that you've been holding drains through your calves, through your feet, and into Gaia. Just let everything go. Nothing you need to hold on to. If you find your mind drifting to a particular thought, don't attach to it. Just let it come and let it go, like floating clouds. Just passes on by. Good. What I want you to do now is I want you to open up your heart space, like the portal. I want each and every one of you to do that right now. Good. I want you to open up that heart space wider. Good. I'm going to connect with each and every one of you from my heart to your heart, and you're going to feel it. You're going to feel an energy surge through your body. You're going to feel the heat surging through your body. You can feel the vibrancy increase in your body. And I'm going to do that right now. So I'm connected now to each and every one of you. Good. Keep that heart space open. I don't want you to close it down. Good. Keep it open wide. Excellent. Good. Let's go, shall we? I want you to all link hands. And I'm going to take you straight into space. And a portal is going to open up. Okay, we've all linked hands. Let's go straight into space, just like Superman or Supergirl. Let's go. Wonderful. Going through the atmosphere, breaking through the atmosphere of Earth. I want you guys to look back at Earth and look at how beautiful she looks, like a beautiful blue marble. Isn't she magnificent? What a beautiful creation. I love her so much. You can feel the tether of your 3Dness just leave as you're in space now. Good. A portal opens up in front of us. We're all going to go through it. Come, I'm going to take you. And at the other end of this portal, we have 5D. Good. We're going through the portal. Wonderful. And we end up in the cave that I mentioned. You can see the outline of the cave. And through the outline of the cave, you see like a lagoon, like a pool, and it's rainbow colored. It doesn't matter if you don't see it, just be here with me. I want you to walk through the entrance, and I want you to see the pool that's rainbow colored, the sand that it's rainbow colored. Everything's glittering like crystal, and everything here feels light. I want you to look on the right hand side. You will see a rainbow waterfall, and it's so beautiful. It's almost like candy, like you want to jump in it and you want to taste it. Good. Feel how light Gaia feels. While you're here, you can communicate with her in whichever way you choose it to be. Feel how vibrant she feels. Feel how light everything feels. Feel the freedom of Gaia. You're so free here. You're collaborating with her. Whatever it is you want to collaborate is always done in love and the frequency of love, and how good that feels. So I'm going to give you 5 minutes right now to go and explore. And then when your 5 minutes is up, I'm going to call you back. So go and touch the grass, go and jump into the lake, go and play in the waterfall, go and communicate with the animals, go to the other side of the planet. You can be there in an instant. Go and explore. Soak all of this beautiful Gaia in. Soak it all into your being. Remember, this is exactly the end result. This is exactly why we all came, to experience this, and you are now experiencing it. Good. Go and play. I will call you. clouds. Tell me what you sense. Tell me what you feel. Use your vibration to connect to Gaia. She's there. She's talking to you right now. She's telling you lots of things. Take a moment. Focus. Open your ears. Just listen to what she's got to tell you. Take a look around. Let your eyes enjoy the wonder of this beautiful 5D Gaia. Look how light she feels. Look how free she feels. Look how here any creation is possible. Anything is possible. Your galactic family are here too. They are here too to help you to collaborate, to co-create with you. These are your family. They've always been with you. Good. Keep your heart space open. Don't close it. Use it. Use it to sense everything around you. Use it to take in the beauty, the wonderfulness of everything that is 5D. Good. I can sense each and every one of you having this experience. It's good. Really, really good. Such a gift. Learn to bring yourself back into 3D, be 5D. Open up the heart. Don't close it. Experience with your heart. Experience with the vibration of your heart. Good. Good. I'm going to increase my vibrancy with each and every one of you so you can have the next level experience. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to increase the vibrancy, the connection between us all, so you can see more than what you're seeing. We're raising the vibrancy right now. Raising your frequency to see beyond. See some things that you can't just see, but you need to sense. Open up that heart more. Good. We're going to raise your vibrancy and frequency more. Good. Let's go next level, even more. Keep your heart space open. Don't close it. Be open to everything you need to experience right now. I can feel the joy from you. I can feel the joy. Good. That's where I want you to be. Wonderful. I love how magnificent you are. You inspire me. And we're going to raise it higher. And higher. And good. We're going to keep it at this level. More your experience. Remember, more of your experience. Be open to it. Allow it. Surrender to yourself to it. You have nothing to lose. You are safe with me. Good. I can feel the wonder from each and every one of you. Like curious children, want to know more, want to experience more. Good. This is your true nature. This is truly who you are. curious, always. Good. I can feel the increase of vibrational frequency with each and every one of you in your bodies right now. Good. Keep that heart space open. Allow yourself to receive this beautiful connection between you and Gaia. Allow yourself to be at one with Gaia. Tell me what you experience. Good. Yes, this is the true essence of who you are, the oneness. This is what it's like to be one. No disconnection, just vibrational frequency, pure love. Good. Okay. You have 1 more minute. Experience what you need to experience, and then I'm bringing you home. Make sure that you thank Gaia for being here, for being part of this experience, because she too had chose to be here. Honor her. Show your gratitude. Show your love. Expand your heart out to her. Show her that you really, truly mean it. Good. I can see many of you doing this. Good. It is time. I want each and every one of you to meet me back to the entrance of the cave. I know, it's nice being here, but we must return. Come with me. And I want you to be with me here right now, the entrance of the cave. Good. Let's link hands and let's walk on through the portal. Good. No stragglers. All of you got to come. No one gets left behind. Good. Through the portal. We're going through the portal right now. And we're back out into space. Right in front of us, we see beautiful blue marble that we call Earth. Just take a moment to visualize the magnificence of who she is, the enormity of who she is. Doesn't matter if you don't see it, just be with us. Good. We return now. Back through space, through the atmosphere, back onto Gaia, and you're back in your room where you are. You feel yourself back in your body. You can feel your environment. You can feel the light shining through your eyelids. You can feel yourself coming back into your body. I want you to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And when you're ready, I want you to open your eyes. No rush. Take your time. And I am going to disconnect my heart from your heart. And that is done. Good. Each and every one of you. Magnificent. I love each and every one of you. All extraordinary. The gifts you have, oh my Lord. The darkness would give their right arm for it. Oh, I love this. Good. Tell me what you experienced. Share.
That was amazing, Nilesh.
Tell me, Carmen, what did you experience? What do you see?
I was in a beautiful place with animals, and we were talking, and I was talking with Gaia and with the animals. It was very nice.
Beautiful. You see your gift, telepathic communication, it's already within you. You always have that. This is what we're moving on to here on planet Earth, getting you ready for 5D. So you can communicate with the blade of grass, with the earth, with Gaia, with the tree, with the wind, with the leaves. And yes, you are capable of this, and way, way more. Wonderful. Good. Thank you for sharing, Carmen.
Oh, I feel like my whole body's I feel like outside there's cracks now from our raised vibration, and I feel like something I've done astrally but haven't been consciously aware, but visually that was just extraordinary, and my heart was just my eyes, and I'm just crying, with the emotion of seeing that truth and how everything evolved very quickly. So something may look like something I could recognize here, but then it would evolve and it would become a crystal, and then it would change back, and everything was changing and evolving. You could touch something and it would evolve into something else. And I was seeing people that were very high vibe there already, that are doing work there in their work, and they're kind of building pyramids, and the pyramids were evolving, and things were going on to the earth that are meant to be there, which are there already, and they're being prepared. But it's almost like you question yourself, but I can feel it. So when you feel it in your heart,
Beautiful. Absolutely. I love the experience, and you're absolutely right. This is the secret of creation. This is a secret. This is what I see. So what's been described is that she's right. As soon as you touch it, whether it's a physical touch or whether it's actually a vibrational touch, you have the capacity to change it. This is how extraordinary you are. Can you not see this? This is how you do it. And so when you're connecting with another soul, this is what you're doing. This is how you're doing it. You can't see it, but you can feel it. You can feel it with your vibration. You have this gift, the ability to change just your vibration. Just like when I connect with each and every one of you, as some of you have already done, I can change your vibration. I can manipulate your vibration to change what you need in order for you to raise to the next level. This isn't about control. It's about us sharing and knowing that you have this power. Not only do I have it, but each and every one of you have it too. And I need each and every one of you to recognize it. So the fact that you experience it and you see it is wonderful. It's so cool.
Amazing. Can I ask, because I do a lot of astral stuff now, so I don't know if anybody else is getting this, but I could sleep all night for 12 hours and then keep going, because I'm doing so much to do with the energy work and stuff. Because I've connected now, can I go back there?
Yes, of course you can. You are incredible creational manifestors. Just when you go back there, make sure you just don't get addicted and hooked to it. Okay? just remember that you need to be here on planet Earth in order to do the work so we can get there. It's nice to experience it, but try. Many of you are high vibrational beings. I don't make it a point to kind of go there very often for obvious reasons. So every now and then when we experience it, it's beautiful to experience it. And yes, I agree with what you're saying in regards to sleep. I used to be able to function on 6 hours, and I used to get up, and now I'm like sleeping 8 hours, 9 hours, and I can sleep for more. And I think you will find that each and every one of you are experiencing that too, and that's normal. You're not lazy. It's not because you're being bombarded with dark energies and things like that. You are just doing more work astrally, and there's a lot more going on planet Earth that you need to download too. I have also noticed that the frequency, because I hear a pitch tone in my ear, and it normally tends to be coming on more at night than it does in the day, and I do notice that the frequency and the pitch and the tone of the actual ringing in my ear changes. So you will be noticing that too, and that's normal too. You're hearing vibration. Everything, see, you know, everything we're talking about is about vibration. So, you know, when I've said to you in other videos, look, you know, you guys speaking light language, it isn't light language, it's not a language, right? You're speaking vibration, yeah? You're hearing vibration, you're seeing vibration, yes? This is all vibration you're seeing. This is what you're seeing. I know this already. And the next stage is telepathy. So the next stage is like you thinking of something or thinking of a shape or an object, and there's a lot of people practicing this right now, telepathy as well. It's like when we were all connected, I can feel the wonder with some of you, and I could feel the joy from some of you, the joy of just being there, how incredible it feels, the vibrational state. If you didn't feel it, don't worry, you will. So this is the gift. This is what we're all about. We can all do this, yeah? That's wonderful. All right, I think it's time, is it? 20 minutes over.
Yes.
Okay, that's
Yes.
cool. Thank you.
As much as we don't want to let you go.
it's always the case. I know this. I'm not going anywhere. I'm still around. I'm still going to be doing a lot of my work. It's not going to change. I'm still me. That's not going to change. I'm still in service to humanity. I'm always going to be that. That's never going to change. Just sometimes it's wonderful for me to have these experiences with you, to remind you how amazing and extraordinary. You know, if I could really just share, you know, the time when I'm with Father and he explodes into all these beautiful, we're talking trillions of like beings, and if I could just share that with you, you know, telepathically, you would not doubt yourself. You would not doubt anything you're doing. You'll be like soldiers and warriors walking through your 3D experience. You really, really would. And maybe one day when we have reached that level of frequency and vibrancy, I'll be able to share some of my thoughts and my memories with you guys. That would be a gift for sure. So thank you for being here, Deb and Rick as well on this.
It's always good. You know, you should probably make a video, jot down your thoughts and make a video, just you by yourself, on your thoughts and your conversations with Father. That would be a really good YouTube video. We are.
That's I do have some information that I should share, and I will share as we go forward. There are some things that I am aware of and remember that I think humanity needs to remember too, and they're beautiful memories. And so I will go forward. And as you all know, I already do channeling with Father, with Claire Wilson, who is Gabriel, and we already do that once a month too. So yeah, we'll see how things go forward, right? We never know. It's always great.
It's a lot of chat thank yous from everyone.
Yes, thank you so very much.
Thank you guys for putting this together. Much appreciated. Yeah, loved it. Thank you.
Yeah, our hearts are definitely being expanded from the time that we've spent with you over these months. And you've also given us so much ability, even though you're saying trust yourself. You've actually given us so much ability to connect with our own hearts and connect within. That's one thing that you've really brought to each of us. almost every time that we meet, you remind us of how powerful we are and how strong we are. And that really means a lot, because I know that there's been so much growth. I've seen it within this group, and it's amazing to see. So, you know, it's great to be part of the oneness.
Oh,
Thank you,
beautiful.
Nilesh. Thank you, Nilesh. I really appreciate you and love you, my brother.
Such kind words and beautiful. Do you see the word, the exchange, the connection from one soul to another, and the love and the gratitude between us both is beautiful. This is what it's all about. So yes, it's a gift for me. It's an honor. It's a privilege to do this, and it'd be very selfish of me to keep this vibration to myself and not share it. Just like it would be very selfish of you to keep the vibration that's yours to yourself and not share it. And remember, if I came here, then you lot are here too, and I didn't come here alone, and I'm definitely not doing this alone, and I can't do this on my own, and nor can you do this on your own. We have to do this together. So let's do it together. I'm happy to walk with you, always. So come, let's take a walk.
Australia.
Thank you so much.
Anywhere. Okay. Take care, guys. Lovely seeing you. Thank you so much.
Love you, Nilesh. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye for now.
We're still doing healings once a month with Phil,
Yeah,
with
that's right.
Archangel Raphael. So keep that in mind. So we'll see you next month.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you so much.
Bye. Thank you, Nilesh.